Okay, my love, our next question is how to figure out the next step / part when starting a new career or in a new direction or even a new niche this could fit into as well. Let's dive in. So we've all had these moments in life, whether it's, you're changing from one career to another, whether in your business you just have this yearning in your soul to change direction. I know this is happening for some of you because you've shared this feeling with me. Or even if it's just the slightest pivot, this is going to be for you. What I find with so many humans is that we are so scared to change our mind. And if you get anything from this video, it's that you're free to change your mind. But there's more to it than that, of course. So what's really, really interesting is when I started this business, going on maybe 6 years ago now, I had come from the fashion industry. I was working with my brother. I was doing a whole mixture of things. Then I realized I was psychic and I was practicing psychic stuff on my friends. Then I started with a network marketing company. Then I started with another network marketing company. Then I was life coaching. Then I was consulting. And then I was like, maybe I want to be a freelancer. You get my drift. What happened here is that I was okay with trying all of these on. Try it on. If it was just a t-shirt or a pair of jeans, we would just try it on. And I allowed myself that space to try it on. I allowed myself that shift and that pivoting as I went through and explored what it was for me. And imagine if right now you gave yourself that same permission. Just that full permission to try it on. What would happen? What could be possible for you? Now you might be thinking, Adriana, that was easy for you. No one knew who you were yet. And I get that. I hear you. And later in this journey of my everything, I wanted to change again. And I had a following. I had people watching me. I had people buying my stuff. And I wanted to change. So I get it. I got the judgment, I got the fear, I got the what if I'm making the wrong decision? What will they think if they see me change my mind again? And I remember we're sitting in our old house when we were living in Melbourne, and I remember saying it to my partner and being like, it's not this anymore, it's this, and And how that looked for me was I'd been doing psychic sessions and I just knew they weren't it for me anymore. And then I was doing like some life coaching, trauma work, and I was like, it's not that either. And then I was like, it's business and I don't want to do readings and stuff anymore. So I didn't. So I announced that I won't be doing that part anymore and then I'm changing to this. And of course, everyone was just excited. They were pumped. They were like, that's awesome. This sounds awesome. Can't wait. We'll miss that stuff. Can't wait for this stuff. And a few years later, more recently, I changed and I recombine both. So now I do the psychic work, the energy work, the inner work with the business work. And now I'm just like, of course. But the point is, imagine I didn't go on that journey. Imagine I didn't go on that journey. I never could have gotten to this point where I realized, of course, they come together. And there was no other way than through that experience. And if this is you right now, I want you to consider not just this awesome motivational story, but what is it for you? Is it the fear of judgment? Is it the fear of letting people down? Is it the fear from yourself? Does it make you feel not good enough? Do you think other people's journey is different to yours? When we move through all the blocks there, all the emotional blocks that are present when we're exploring this, then we know what is there for us and we know how we can move toward acceptance, pure acceptance and neutrality. So yes, there's always that emotional component, right? But there's also the practical and action taking part of you. So what does that look like? Let's talk about it. So what I want you to think about here, what are the micro steps that you can take? So the micro steps might be things like, what are the tiny bits of action that you need to take right now? And I'm speaking like tiny. Calling a friend to have a conversation about it, writing to someone about it, sending one email, applying for one thing, changing one part of how you share on your Instagram stories, deciding the date you want to decide by, like micro. I always call it the micro of the micro. And this will help you think of all those little steps that will get you where you want to go. Also along the way, it's noticing what comes up. And let's say you're wanting to like pivot niche and you've got a bit of a following and there's all of that happening as well. Notice that people don't care as much as you care, but also see if there's a way, like how do you want to trickle it out? Do you want it to just all be shared at once and put it all on the table? Do you want to slowly build that way? Notice what it is that you want and see how you can personally follow that through. So yes, my love, I want you to enjoy this process, but also don't be fooled that some of it will be seriously freaking uncomfortable and some of it will stretch you beyond your edges. It is meant to, and it is okay. Change is a really great thing when we just allow the process and we remove the judgment. When we allow one identity to fall away, it kind of feels like a death, and in a sense it is. But the better we get at letting that part of us just crumble so that the new part of us can form, the easier it all gets. And that, my love, is exactly what I desire for you. You, my love, already know enough. You already are enough. You already have studied enough. You already have the things. You just have to practice putting them out there. So remember to have fun with this, and I'd love to hear how you go and how it all lands with you. So you can sign up to our mailing list and get all the juicy goodness of where I share more about how to work through these emotions, but also the strategies you can stack so you can get the desired business career direction that you so want. And you think there's this part of you that doesn't know what you want, but if you're really honest with yourself right now, you know what it is. There's a little whisper that's saying this is the best next step. You don't need to see the whole thing, just one step in front of you. Have the best time. I love you.